I have disappointed you many times over the course of my life, but perhaps none of my disappointments will be worse than what I'm about to say, Dad. I've been wanting to
We
say
have a
this on
bad
the
connection, Mark. That's starting to my computer battery's going.
We have I've wanted to do this on the show for a while, but I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. So I wanted to wait till you came on the show to say this. But I wanted to announce to my audience and you at the same time.
All
so
right, let's
here
hear
you
it.
are. I'm going to announce this. So backstory. Last year, I went to both Purdue, Indiana games, and you and I went to the game in Bloomington, and it was. I don't say this lightly. It was a top 3, top 5, whatever memory I have of our relationship. The two
I
of us.
agree.
Like this, it was an
Who
all
won the
time.
Who won the game?
Indiana won the game.
I
So
forgot.
Purdue was ranked number 1.
Hmm.
The Hoosiers win. Everyone storms the court. It was just one of those. It was a great father son memory, and
Amen.
we drive back home and we share the story with Mom, who people that listen to the show know Mom's a Purdue gal and played at Purdue and all that. So Mom never really cares about the rivalry. She was genuinely did not care that Purdue lost, and she was like tearing up hearing how special this night was to the two of us, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to Mom, we're gonna run this back, and when Indiana plays in West Lafayette, I'm gonna go to the game with Mom, and we're gonna go to Mackey Arena, and I'm gonna have a great experience with my mother at her alma mater. Unfortunately for her, Jalen Hood-Schifino played the game of his life. Indiana also won that game, Dad.
They won. Oh my! I'd forgotten.
They did.
They won that one too. Oh darn! What's that? 2 in a row.
And as the clock is getting run out, and the scoreboard says zeros and the Hoosiers win, Mom's crying, and she's sad. She's literally crying, and I was like, Mom, I thought because like she really genuinely has not cared that much about the Purdue-Indiana rivalry, which is what makes it funny. And growing up in that house is what made it so funny, is that you care immensely, Mom does not care, and it's like it was always a funny dynamic. But suddenly Mom is crying because Purdue lost the game, and I said something to her. I was like, Mom, what I can't believe you care. Like, I've never seen you care this much. And she goes, I don't care about the result. Like it was less about Purdue losing, Mark, and it was more about like, I wanted to have a memory with you, like you and your father had in Bloomington. And I was hoping that the two of us in West Lafayette I was hoping to go home and tell your father about the night we had together and how this was an all time memory. And like kind of what you did when you guys went to Bloomington. And I say that to say, Dad, that for that Purdue team to lose that night, when you had already lost to Indiana and you were you're supposedly the better team, and you go on to win the Big Ten,
right? And
then to go on and lose to a 16 seed, Fairleigh Dickinson, who's starting a 6'2.5" center against Zach Edey. I'm saying this less as a guy who cares. This has nothing to do with Purdue. This has to do with my mother. You made my mother sad. I'm speaking to the Purdue Boilermakers now. Matt Painter, this is for you. You made my mom sad at a level that I have rarely ever seen her, and I'm disgusted to my core. So I have no choice, Dad, and this is the part where I'm going to disappoint you. I have no choice but to step in and use the exact same influence I used to will Virginia to the 2019 national championship after they lost to the 16 seed. I have no choice but to use all of the power I have to get Purdue to the Final Four this year. I'm going to do that. And I'm sorry to say that to you. I wanted you to hear that straight from my mouth, but I think what this Purdue team did to my mother last year is unforgivable. It's unacceptable, and the only thing that will make me like not have that image of her like crying.
The only thing that's unforgivable is you willing Purdue to the Final Four, son. Whose kid are you?
I don't want. I'm my mother's kid is who I am.
Half of your genes came from me. Maybe the Elite Eight.
Dad, we're not going. I'm not sending them to the national. They're not winning the national championship. We're just getting them to the Final Four.
Mark, they don't know what the Final Four is up there.
I know, but I don't know. I'm just here to say Purdue will make the Final Four this year, and it'll be because of me. I don't like when the Purdue Day of Giving came along. I donated my $35 like I always do. I have not made this public until now, but I kicked in an extra 35 cents because I was like, we got to get this over. Yeah, this is, you guys need all the help you can get. So I would like to officially declare on this show that I will be throwing my weight behind the Purdue Boilermakers, not because I'm cheering for them. I will not be betting on them, so this will not be. I stand to gain nothing from this in terms of money. I will not even be rooting for it to happen, Dad. So you can take solace in that.
You're running me back.
I'm just telling you that this is something that must be done because my mother, seeing her cry to that extent was just unacceptable, and I have to step in and do what the Purdue team can't. I'm going to do this for them. You know what I mean, Dad? Like they can't. You're right. They can't make the Final Four on their own. So I have to use whatever magic I use to get Virginia to a national championship. I have to do that for Purdue now.
You don't have to.
Sorry.
But my biggest concern is I can't wait to see the improvements at Mackey Arena with that kind of a financial donation that you dug so deeply to boost their program for them. So I hope that has an impact. Maybe a couple rolls of toilet paper in those fancy restrooms they've got. Who knows? But I hate to hear that to you, Mark, because I thought you knew a little more about basketball than that. To think Purdue's going to go to the Final Four. TJ, Dad's going to
the app. Dad's going to the Apple reviews page and leaving 1-star reviews. And
yeah, exactly. Who is this kid? Knows nothing about basketball.